Behind me is the house that I just purchased for my in-laws, and in this video I'm going to tell you how we got the deal, which many people will not believe, especially considering today's market. And I'm going to show you the befores and the after for this renovation on this house. So let's check it out. Now, as we're getting ready to go in, one thing I want to mention is this house is pretty unique. It is right next to our current house that we're getting ready to move into, that we're renovating. But what makes this house unique is that it is literally by itself in this community. You have this house, and then over here you have this area for dogs and whatever else to be over here, a bunny over there if you can see that, and you have the community pool and other stuff. So it's cool that you don't really have a neighbor. But along with that, if you look at all the houses around here, some are townhomes, others are single family homes. They all have very little driveways. They don't have much room. Well, with this house, not only do you not have the neighbor, but you have this enormous driveway, this beautiful front yard, and just everything around it. Like, I love that they have this mountain or this hill, whatever you want to call it, just right here in the view. Like, you don't really see this kind of stuff with a house at this price point, you know? I just think that this lot is very unique, and when I saw it, I knew that this was gonna have to be the one that we wanted to buy for them. So, it was only fair that I bought my in-laws a house because I recently purchased my parents a house not too far from here, and they absolutely love it. It's turned out to be, you know, an amazing home that we've renovated that went way over budget, but nonetheless, I'll link to their house down in the description if you want to watch those videos. But with this house, it was interesting because my in-laws have lived in the same condo for over 30 years. They've lived in the same exact condo. They bought it brand new back in Vegas when it first launched, and they have not moved. Like, literally, they've never remodeled it. It's got the same cabinets that are in great shape, and it was just time, like, my wife and I, as we were getting ready to move in our new house, realized, like, dude, they need a new house. Like, they've never even lived in a house in the last 30 years. They've lived in a condo with no backyard, you know, very little space, and we knew we wanted to buy them a house, especially to stay close to us and the kids. Well, here, it's very difficult to find a home. You know, there's very little supply everywhere in the country, but in this neighborhood specifically, trying to find a home is very tough. There's not much inventory, and you know, many of the homes are 2 stories because all these homes are newer, and you know, the way they built a lot of these was they're just trying to maximize square footage. So, you know, finding a single story that they would like with, you know, a yard and all this stuff, plus trying to get a good deal was a very tall task. But, you know, for me, if we're ever trying to get a deal, we're going to create the systems to do that. And so, you know, I let my in-house team know that, hey, any marketing that's in this area, you know, shoot me the address personally, because I want to make sure that, you know, I might pay more for it because it's going to be for my in-laws. We don't necessarily need to flip it or keep it as a rental. Like, I just want to find something close to our new house. Unfortunately, our marketing didn't yield any of that. So, you know, I said to my MLS guy, like, hey, set up a search in this area, and you know, if anything's close, it doesn't have to be so good for a flip. Like, I'm willing to pay more to get the right house, but still, as an investor, like, I want to get some kind of discount because I just can't bring it upon myself to pay market value for something. And sure enough, you know, he set up a result, and he just wasn't having much traction after a few months. Well, I decided to take it into my own hands, and I set up my own MLS auto search. And this is something we teach our students at Future Flipper how to do. And I just said, I'm going to set up the search for myself, and I am personally going to evaluate every deal that comes through in, you know, this period of time. Well, sure enough, after setting up the search, a few, you know, decent ones came on. They all got overpriced, and, you know, people were paying crazy amounts for them. I was like, dang it, dude, you know, it's going to come, it's going to come. Well, this one ended up coming, and you know, I told my guy, I said, hey, make an offer on it right now. This is the one. Not only is it a good deal, but like, as I mentioned before, the lot itself is great. The house is great. And sure enough, we locked it up for $435,000, right at list price, which I felt was extremely, you know, undervalued. So, you know, I'll talk about the ARV here in a sec, but, you know, long story short, as it relates to this house, it's in great shape. You know, at the end of the day, it's dated, you know, the cabinets are there, and it's got some old counters and some old style tile, but, you know, if I was keeping this as a rental, which I totally would if we weren't giving it to my in-laws, I wouldn't really do anything to this house. Like, I would just throw it up for rent right now. I wouldn't touch these tiles. I wouldn't touch this kitchen. Like, this house will rent like that tomorrow because the area is so good and there's no rentals over here at all. But, you know, we want to make it nicer for my in-laws, so we are not going to do that. We are going to end up redoing this kitchen. First thing we'll do is definitely change the counters. You know, with a lot of flips, especially when you get cabinets like this that are in great condition, a lot of times you can either just change out this face and it will look brand new, and you can then paint kind of this base area here to save some money. And even though I don't necessarily need to save money on this because it's not a flip, like it's for my in-laws, we might do it just because of material shortages. You know, it's very difficult to find materials, and because these are in such great condition, it may be more beneficial just to replace the faces on this, and you would not even be able to know. So let that be a quick tip for your flips. If you get a kitchen like this, you don't necessarily have to get rid of everything, okay? You could even paint these. Like in a lot of flips, we'll paint these cabinets and we won't even replace the face, and painting it might cost us, you know, $1,500, $2,000, and it will look brand new. But we're gonna probably replace the face or just replace everything completely. But the other thing is this island. You know, you never see an island built like this anymore. Like, this is kind of an old school island where it's a weird shape. You know, you got the weird bar top that nobody really wants. So what we're gonna do is for sure get rid of this entire island, and we're gonna just make a nice, you know, island right here, just a nice square, much thicker than this, and it's gonna look way better, and it's gonna make the kitchen feel way bigger than it is. So that we're gonna do. I hate to get rid of this tile because there's literally nothing wrong with it, but my in-laws really want wood flooring or LVT, so we'll definitely get some wood flooring or LVT. Because these are in such great shape, I would imagine we will just place it over the tile. So this is another quick saving tip for you guys. If you are going to put LVT or laminate or something like that, you don't have to drill up this tile if it's in good shape. You can actually just lay it right on top. You know, drilling out and demoing all this tile might cost us $2,000, maybe even more if we just do it across the whole house. So this saves me a lot of money just putting it right over. So that's one thing. You know, as far as paint goes, the paint is actually in really good shape. It's very neutral. I honestly don't think we'll change the paint. We'll definitely touch it up on different parts, but I don't think we really need to change it. So as we go into here, what probably made this house a good deal that others didn't see was that, you know, it's 1,700 square feet, but it's only a 2-bedroom. And you know, when you're dealing with 1,700 square feet, you could easily have 3 bedrooms. So, you know, we looked at it and we said, okay, well, this is why it has this den right here that's not a bedroom. So for appraisal purposes and for resale purposes down the road, if they ever move out of here, we're gonna add a closet. Now, there's lots of ways we could add a closet. We could try and put one like right here, and the door would kind of swing into it. And that would work, but that would make the room super small because the room is longer this way. Like, we don't want to take away room this way because it'll just make it so thin. So think about that too. If you're ever adding a closet to a den, don't try and take it from the small part. Try and take it from where it's wider. So it's definitely longer this way, and we're gonna make like a unique kind of closet for this house. What we'll do is we'll kind of get like cabinets right here. You could get like IKEA cabinets or something like that and put them straight down here, you know, fill in this gap right there, fill in the gap right here, and then we'll probably put more cabinets, kind of like, you know, even kitchen cabinets right here, or just drawers actually would probably be way better for a closet. We'll probably put drawers right here and have a, you know, the nice countertop that's gonna match the kitchen and the bathrooms on top of it. So now you kind of create this cool closet around this window where now people can put clothes, they have drawers to put all of their socks and whatever, and it'll look really good, and it's not gonna really take away from the space that's in here. And so now, you know, you could still fit a bed, you could fit in whatever. Most likely though, this will be the playroom for my kids. So, you know, having all that closet space will actually be great for storing their toys and other stuff. So that's one thing we're gonna do to add value to this home as it relates to the appraisal. Now, over here, once again, like, this is in great shape. This shower needs literally no work. This countertop and these cabinets, they really don't need work either. So for us though, we do want to make it more modern for them. So we'll replace this countertop here. I think on the vanities, we'll definitely just keep the vanities and paint them or replace the face. We may not do that on the kitchen, but for the vanities, they're definitely less important, and we'll do all that. You know, bedroom over here, there's really nothing to do over there other than just replace the carpet. You know, we'll replace the carpet over here. We'll really just let my in-laws decide whether or not they want LVT or laminate across the whole house, or if they want carpet in certain areas. Doesn't really matter to me. Now in here, you've got the master, and master's really big. Once again, with these kind of like newer, older houses, this like niche for TVs and stuff is so weird. I just don't even know why they ever did it, but we'll probably just fill it in with something. Who knows? My in-laws might even like shelves right there to store stuff, and they still got room for a TV and their bed and everything else. But you know, the master's in great shape. Just needs some new carpet and everything else. In fact, like, I mean, that carpet's still in good shape, but I think we're gonna end up replacing everything regardless. But you know, you go in this bathroom, doesn't need much. Like, I wouldn't touch the shower at all. You know, this countertop, everything's great. You know, we'll make it modern, get new counters, probably paint the vanities like the other ones. One thing we will do across the whole house that will help is replace all of the hardware. So this is definitely dated. We'll put a brand new handle on every door. You know, we'll change out the light switches where needed. We will, you know, get brand new fans and all that stuff. So there will be some modern twist to this, but man, this house is in such good shape, and that's why it's pretty amazing we got the deal we got on it. So, you know, the ARV on this, the after repair value, is probably around, I'd say $500,000 to $520,000. And so it's like, to get this for $435,000, which is like move-in ready right now, like it's such a good deal. And it was on the MLS in a prime neighborhood. Like, it just goes to show, I don't care how competitive the market is, like, you can get a deal. It may take months, like it took me. It took months to find this deal, but you can definitely get a good deal. So keep that in mind. Now, the original owner built this like little sunroom. This definitely was not part of the original house. If it was me moving in here, I'd get rid of this thing because I think it's kind of weird, but once again, I think my in-laws are probably gonna like this. You know, I think they're gonna like sitting in here and doing different things. So we'll probably just keep it. The backyard, we're gonna do a bit more work in it than we would on a flip. So you know, I think the patio itself is fine, but you've got this side yard, which is, you know, pretty good size. It's all rock. If this was a flip, we'd pretty much just leave this how it is, just clean it up, you know, get it looking nice. But because my kids are gonna be here and they don't really have room to play or anything, we'll probably, you know, get rid of all this stuff right here, put a bunch of turf, you know, maybe put like a little swing set or something like that back here, and, you know, they can come out and swing and have fun, and, you know, they've got plenty of space to have fun and do that. All right, so let's talk about the rehab cost, because this is gonna dictate our after repair value. I'm gonna end up just doing a refinance once we renovate it and get this new value, and hopefully have no money into the deal. That's the goal. I'm gonna ballpark for you what exactly the cost should be. So I think putting turf in that side yard and cleaning it up and everything probably will cost us, I'd say $3,000, okay? In the kitchen, it's gonna vary because I don't know if we're gonna reuse the cabinets. I don't know how all that will play out, but I'm gonna budget $5,000 for the kitchen, just because I think it'll fall somewhere in between. For the flooring, we're gonna assume that they're gonna want LVT across the whole thing. I think at about $3 a square foot, you're looking at $5,000 in flooring, so let's just throw another $5,000 for that. I think we have the cabinets we're gonna build in that little den area. We'll call that about $2,000. We've got the bathroom vanities that we're gonna paint and put the new countertops on, so we'll call that another $2,000 worth. And we'll have some touch-up paint and some hardware stuff. Let's just say that's gonna be about $3,000. And all in all, that puts us at about a $20,000 renovation budget, which is extremely light for this kind of house. But all in all, that puts me in around $450,000 on this home, which is really good considering it's probably gonna be worth $525,000. So, I'll have created $75,000 in equity. My in-laws will have a great home. When I go to refinance this, I'm still probably gonna have some money into the deal, but I got everything that we needed for them. We got the area, we got a beautiful home, we got it close by to us, and it just fits all of their needs. So yeah, I'm really excited with what we're about to do. I anticipate this will take about 3 weeks to a month to get everything done, but you don't have to wait that long. In fact, you're gonna see it right now. So let's go to what actually happened on this home. And we're back at the house. Check this out. So obviously, we just said, the heck with the budget, we're gonna renovate everything. And that's exactly what they did. Obviously, I talked about maybe keeping the cabinets and painting them because they were in really good shape, but no, we just decided to get all new cabinets because, at the end of the day, they're gonna be living here probably the rest of their lives, so you might as well do it the right way. And, I just like these cabinets, very high quality, soft close. You notice things like this island that we wouldn't normally do in a flip, like the waterfall and some of these different upgrades. So in the end, we went pretty far over budget, which I'll tell you about here as we go through the house, but I'm super excited how it turned out. I love the flooring, it's LVT, it's gonna be super durable for them. Over here, you've got this den where I talked about turning it into a bedroom. So I think it turned out really good. We've actually never done it like this for, trying to convert a den into a bedroom. And as you can see right here, this is actually a pantry, okay? This is not like a closet. This is what you would put in a kitchen. But, I wanted to test it out, just getting the pantry on the sides and then getting all these drawers right here and still maintaining that window, because that's another tip. If you have a bedroom, it has to have a closet and a window. That's technically what it is. So we still have the window. This part looks really cool. My kids are gonna be able to store all their stuff in here, all their toys, and they can also sleep in here if they really want to. But yeah, it turned out really good. As we go into these other bedrooms, you can see we ended up keeping this, like I said. I mean, this was in perfect condition. There was no reason to change that. But, like the kitchen, we changed the vanity, got a whole new one in there with a new countertop. The bedrooms, not much to do in here. New carpet, new fixtures, fix the closets up a little bit. I mean, it looks really good. Now, as we go into the master, we'll go take a look at the bathroom first. Just like the other bathroom, we kept this because it was in really good shape, but we wanted to match what was going on in the kitchen. So we got the all new vanity. I mean, it looks really good. Kept the LVT in here. So there's only 2 floorings in the house, LVT and carpet, but yeah, overall, it looks really good. We decided to keep this layout the way it was with this little space. I mean, if I was living here, I would have got rid of this and opened it all up, but I think they're gonna like this little sitting room. They actually wanted to keep it, and so we didn't really touch the layout too much. For the backyard, we took away that little shed thing that was going on. Now this patio is a lot more open. It's in really good shape. But, a big expense towards raising the budget was out here. We decided to clean out the entire area, just put turf on everything. We're also gonna put some plants and stuff back here. This was probably I would guess, $6,000 to $7,000 expense that we wouldn't normally do in a flip. But with my kids and with the dogs and with everything else, and it being, a place where they're gonna stay probably for the rest of their lives, we wanted to make sure that it was done right. And now this backyard feels way bigger. Before it just was like this dirt lot that, you know, you didn't really think that that was much space back there, but now like, dude, this is a lot of space. So really excited because, you know, all the other houses in this area, they don't really have big backyards. This house just happens to be actually kind of like my current house today, where majority of the yard is on the side, and then your backyard, you know, with the patio and stuff, is a little like more narrow. So I like this, and I like that tree in the middle. It just kind of like breaks the gap and gives some shade and stuff. So really loving this backyard. And as for the outside, we didn't touch the paint because it was in really good shape. So, you know, overall, I mean, this is a beautiful move-in ready house. We got the furniture coming from them. We're gonna give them a big surprise. It's gonna be amazing. But for those curious about the budget, I know I predicted that it might be around $20,000 to $25,000 depending on what we do, but we ended up spending about $42,000 to do all of those extra things that we otherwise wouldn't have done in a flip. But along with that, I think we definitely have increased the value, and you know, their lifestyle is going to be so much better with what they have. And the timeline extended just an extra month to accommodate for all those things. But overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm super blessed to be able to do this for them. You know, I think real estate can change your life. I think real estate can change your family's life, your parents' life. I think it can change your future generation's life if you guys do it the right way. So that being said, I would love to see all of you guys in Future Flipper. I'd love to see you at our next event and our coaching program. So if you want to learn more about when those are coming up, go to futureflipper.com. You can get a free consultation. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you on the next one.